Now, for some of you with some background, or if you've been studying wholesaling, you might have come across something called the 70% rule. This rule is a very simple rule that flip investors tend to follow. This is a rule that they use to account for holding costs like taxes, utilities, marketing costs, broker commissions, etc. Basically, as a flip investor, they want to try to acquire their property at no more than 70% of the after repair value minus the cost of repairs. So let's say there's a house with an ARV of 100,000. 70% would make it 70,000. But let's say there's another 10,000 in repairs that's needed. So the flip investor following this rule would want to pay no more than $60,000 for it. So why does it matter to you? Well, if you wanted to sell to this potential buyer and you know what they're expecting, then that means you need to factor that in, right? So for this home, if you wanted to make a $5,000 profit on this property and you know that at most they're willing to pay is $60,000, then the most that you can pay for this property is going to be $55,000. This is a very common and frequently used formula. However, it does come with one big disadvantage, and that is that it assumes all markets are the same. It doesn't take in any local market information, right? Because for some markets, if you just follow this blindly, the formula might make you over or underestimate your MAO. Now, some markets with great fundamentals with really fast rising home values might justify an 80% ARV or 85% ARV, whereas some markets you may want to only use 65 or even 60% ARV. So it just depends. But if you're just starting out and you don't know where to start, then this is a great formula to start off with. But we're going to see in the next lecture that as you get to know your market better, as you get to know your potential investor buyers better, there may be a better method, a method called the fixed cost method. We're going to look at that next.